Welcome to the Big Bone Yard. Enter at your own risk.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's a Sunday night, so y'all know it's time for the Big Bone Yard. So you got myself. This is going to be a pretty fun show, pretty interesting show, but we're going to be talking about some real type stuff that, so we're going to get at it. First of all, that video you just saw, that was from Fort Myers, and that was from a couple of years ago, which we're going to come back to that. But first of all, let me do some quick little intros right quick. So first of all, welcome to the Big Bone Yard. You got myself. I'm Big Bone 1%er. So welcome to me. Right there. But along with that, since we're doing all the welcomes and everything, how about my man Tate from A-Bait? A-Bait Tate, the man with the plan. What's up, Tate?
Not nothing. Just hanging out, having a good time. You know how it is right out here in the sunshine state of Florida.
Yeah, see, that's a good thing. And guess who else we got? We got, even though she's doing that whole thing with the camera like that. Hey, baby doll, welcome to the.
Hey, how y'all doing?
You're doing better now that you are here. So, Baby Doll is the president of Cream Divas Social Club in Georgia. Wait, what city is it again?
We found it out Fitzgerald, Georgia.
Fitzgerald, Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's like, what part of Atlanta is Fitzgerald? No, I'm just kidding. I don't
know. Look, we're not officially Atlanta, but we still try to hang out and associate with them because we're not considered Atlanta, but everybody know Atlanta, so we just a little side.
That's how, you know what it is. It's like in Florida. If you live in Dunedin,
if you live in
St. Pete, you say Tampa, right? Everyone's just say Tampa.
Kissimmee, you're in Orlando.
Yep. But yeah, man. But I'll tell you what, but so Fitzgerald, how far is Fitzgerald from Atlanta? Well, she was there and then she disappeared. I think the technology is throwing her off a little bit, so she got a button messed her up. Jazz, what's up, Jazz? It's good to see you. Miami, what's up? Hey, mamita.
I'm still waiting on my banana bread.
Leave that banana bread alone. You ain't getting no banana bread. I ate it all. I'm sorry. But hey, so we lost Baby Doll. I guess she'll be back in a second. Let's be on the lookout for her in case the little button goes beep. She'll probably find her way backstage. Baby Doll, if you're watching, hit the button again and come on back. But anyway, so what we're doing, in fact, you know, we can take an opportunity to kind of cover a couple of different things, a little housekeeping, as we say. First things first is Dagon. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Of course, we have a guest here tonight. Where'd she go, baby doll?
Hear me, I'm so sorry, y'all. When I tell y'all, I don't know what happened, but we 3 hours from Atlanta. And when I tell you we make that ride every weekend
Yeah.
because we support. When I tell you we support Atlanta, that's what we do. So
So,
3 hours don't mean nothing to us.
okay. Well, while you were gone, because we figured you'd be back in a second, we were going to cover a couple of different things, which is first thing, what we're going to talk about a lot of things, but our words and our opinions are just that. They're the opinions of myself, the hosts and co-hosts and guests of the show. These are our personal opinions. They do not reflect our organizations in any fashion whatsoever. So we just always want to make that real clear to everybody. And along with that, a couple of things that we want to touch base on is so Tate, what was you were going to tell us about something going on? What was it?
So our good friend Dennis that heads up the Big Boneyard chapter of A-Bait, down there in
Kickstand, right?
It's the Boneyard chapter. Well, he's the figurehead. He's got a little help from this guy I know. But welcome to the Boneyard. My bad. So they got a bike night going on this coming Wednesday at the Backyard Bar in
Newport Richie.
Yeah, Newport Richie. My bad. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. All right. So Backyard
I knew
Bar
it was in Pasco County.
Right. It's Wednesday, July the 2nd. Starts about 7 p.m. and it's at the Boneyard's Big Biker Bash at the Backyard Bar. The Backyard
Do me
Bar.
a favor, say that 10 times fast.
I'm saying so. It's the Backyard Bar. It's the Boneyard chapter's Big Biker Bash at the Backyard Bar, and that's going to be Tuesday, July the 2nd, or excuse me, that's Wednesday, July the 2nd, starting about 7 p.m. It's definitely going to be a good time. So y'all get on out there. We've got flyers and so forth on the on social media about it, but definitely if y'all can make it out, definitely do.
I got to say something about that real quick. Dennis,
What's
if
that?
you're watching, I love you, brother. But knowing that we're going to put that out there, having that many B words back to back is some fuck shit.
Hey, see, man, stop cussing. I think even anyway. So like I said, Kickstand, if you're watching, definitely hey, give us a call if anything. But Kickstand will actually be there. Now he'll be there. We know for a fact. It's going to be a lot of cool people there. So if you get a chance, come on down. Also, real quick, is the very next day. So Thursday, which is July 3rd. Thursday, July 3rd is the COC's bike night. The West Florida Confederation of Clubs as their bike night, which that's going to be Thursday night, July the 3rd, and that's going to be at Rudy's Sports Bar. Rudy's Sports Bar. This place is huge. It has a ton of parking. The bartenders, smoking bartenders, the food is great. The drinks are great. This is definitely a place. I went there for the first time last week. I've been hearing about this place, went there last week. And so I'm really excited about the bike night that's coming up. So, and that's going to be Thursday, July the 3rd. And the address, in case you're writing it down, it's called Rudy's Sports Bar. It's in Largo, Florida. And the address is 11100. So that's 11100 66th Street North in Largo, Florida. So that's 11100 66th Street North in Largo, Florida. And that's going to be Thursday, starting about 7 p.m., going until. But yeah, that's going to be Thursday. So definitely you get a chance, get on out there. In the meantime, if you're watching, you joined in with us tonight, take 5 seconds out of your life and hit the like button. So like, subscribe, share, give a brother, what's that expression? Help a brother out.
Help a brother out.
Help a brother out. Yeah, hit the like button.
Throw me a bone.
Subscribe. Yeah, right. I see what you did there. But anyway, so y'all take a look. See, I know y'all. You saw the video that we just played, which was that was here. Let me put that up here again so we can take a look, because I want y'all, for those of y'all that remember, Hurricane Ian. It wasn't as bad as last year with Milton and what was the other hurricane? We had Hurricane
Was that
Milton.
the one from 2 years ago?
The one from 2 years ago. Now,
So I was actually down there shortly after that one to do cleanup.
Oh, wow. Now, last year we had Milton and forgot the name of it. But we had those two hurricanes last year that really tore the area up.
Back almost.
Back to back. But a couple of years ago was Hurricane Ian. And if you were a little bit in that Fort Myers area, Sarasota to Fort Myers, that area, man, they got hit hard, and they're still kind of recovering from all of that. But the neat thing was, and this is kind of what we're talking about tonight, is bikers helping bikers. But take a look, see some of the locations in and around Fort Myers, nobody could get to because everywhere was flooded. The police and first responders couldn't get there. So, your local motorcycle club, some guys from Outcast got together, their big giant pickup trucks, with their redneck tendencies, got in those big pickup trucks and put them to good use. And they bought food, water, even medical supplies. They helped people get out of the houses that needed to get out. They broke out the canoes and the whole nine. And it was just damn impressive. It really was. But here, let's take a look at that one more time. And if you look at this truck, this is one of those big lifted trucks. But take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. And this is the water.
That's the door handle in the rear view mirror.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's but nonetheless, and we didn't get a ton of video from there, but this was I was actually talking to this brother while this was going on, and there were times where he had to stop and go a different way, and they couldn't go through this road because that road was completely, like, there were bridges that were washed out and the whole thing. But the thing is that what bikers have a tendency to do is when folks are in trouble, hey, we get in there. We get in there and do what we do. So I'm going to take a second and read the description of tonight's show. And it goes like this. Picture this. Hurricane Ian tears up Fort Myers, Florida, leaving thousands stranded in homes without power, other utilities, and no way to get out because of the homes in the neighborhoods are all flooded. So another thing, a car crashes into another parked car because the driver of the car just had a sudden heart attack. Both people in the car are trapped. They're trapped inside. They cannot get out, and the car's on fire, which I forgot to mention. Now, another one, a single mom, she dreads the months of May, June, July, and August because her kids won't get lunch today because school is out for the summer. And she's real sick. She's too sick to work, and her food stamps ran out about a week ago. So hearing these kind of horrible real life situations that these things actually happen, you might think to yourself, just call the police or call somebody else. But in these type of cases, the cops and the first responders, God love them, but they either didn't show up or they couldn't be there. They couldn't show up. But luckily for the folks in Fort Myers, members of the Outcast Motorcycle Club did show up. They showed up in pickup trucks and had canoes with the food, water, medical supplies, and even more. And they got people what they needed, and they got people out that needed to get out. And they did this all day for weeks. And then they showed up again when the car crash happened. That was in a different state. But when the car crash happened, they got out in the middle of a highway where they didn't know what the situation was. They just knew a car was on fire and there were people inside. What they do, they got over there, fought the fire. The other brother is getting the people evacuated from the car, getting them out of the car, while the other brother is fighting the fire to keep the fire off of them so they can get out of the car. This actually happened. It's like, you can Google it. It's easy enough to find out. But so that actually happened. And then fortunately for the poor people in the area, those people that just don't have anything to eat, the single mom that can't feed her kids, guess what? Fortunately for her and people like her, there's in her area, there's Black Warriors MC and their charity, which is called the Warriors Ambition Charities. They have a mission to help folks in need, no matter what their need happens to be. So whether it's feeding the hungry, taking care of kids, which is a high priority to them, getting people clothes that needed for a job interview, any number of things, they are there for all of it. They want all the smoke. And then, of course, there's Pastor Troy over at Warriors Faith. He's a member of Warriors of Faith Motorcycle Ministry, and that motorcycle ministry is also a member of the West Florida Confederation of Clubs, WFLCOC. They stay busy all year round.
Oh yeah,
Folks and taking care of folks and taking care of people in the community. And guess what?
he's always out doing something.
Yeah, these are bikers. You know, all of us are bikers, and our big thing that we do is not all the stuff that they talk about on the news, that they usually talk about on the news, but
And that's where I was fixing to go with that.
Oh, so last thing. So let me finish reading. So if you're in trouble or you know someone who is, you need to look no further than your local motorcycle club. And that local motorcycle club's gonna 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be there for you, as you were saying, Tate.
So historically, everybody wants to think bikers aren't political. We are very political, in the sense of we care about what's going on in our communities more so than half the people in our communities. That being said, in history, you don't hear about the good things we do. You don't hear about the fact that the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club has been the #1 contributor to Toys for Tots since Toys for Tots started. You don't hear about the JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund, that they do every year. You don't hear, and that's not necessarily saying Hells Angels, but other clubs that participate in all these organizations. St. Jude's. I can tell you for a fact, at least in the area I came from, our #1 contributor for our St. Jude's ride was A Beta Florida Incorporated. Secondly, wasn't the Legion Riders, wasn't any of these riding clubs.
Well, let's not talk about who it wasn't. We don't want to beat up on who it wasn't.
Well, what I'm saying is it wasn't riding clubs that are just nobodies. Not nobodies, but it was a lot of the time it's the diamond clubs. Ours was the Warlocks in Lake County. It was our second biggest contributor.
One thing, I wanted to mention as well, when I mentioned about Hurricane Ian in Fort Myers, Orlando got slammed really bad during Hurricane Ian, messed up Orlando pretty good. And a guy I know from the Mongols MC got together with some of his guys. They were on a dive team, like they do diving for fun. Can you think of how crazy it is to have to go inland in town, break out your scuba gear so that you can go into somebody's house and get the old lady's medicine that's in the bathroom that she can't get to, and all kinds of things, helping getting pets out of houses and actually rescuing people, getting them back to the rubber boat and all this kind of stuff. But there's clubs who don't exactly love.
I went down there.
They don't exactly love each other most of the year, but when it's time to get it in and to watch out for each other, that's what they do. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tate.
Like I was saying, I went down there to help out with that because the company I was working for at the time, the boss man had a vacation house down there. And I watched people on airboats go house to house to make sure nobody was in these houses because everything was underwater. But that's the thing. Everything we do that's negative, no matter what it is, I could get into an argument with so-and-so down the street and it'll be on the news tomorrow night. And I'm not in a club. But I go save the little old lady down the road that's getting mugged by 20 people and getting the daylights beat out of her, and nothing gets said. That's the issue with the world today, is nobody sees the good that the motorcycle community does. Everybody sees the negative.
Well, we've got to be responsible to, one, not for patting ourselves on the back or any of that stuff, but to let folks know that there's help out there. And that's one of the things I want to make sure that people understand, is that it's not always what you hear, kind of like Tate was saying. But a lot of, if you get in a jam, connect with your local motorcycle club. If you've got a kid with no dad and he needs a little direction, hey, reach out to somebody in the motorcycle club, because hey, we watch out for the kids. If there's a way we can help, especially if it's a young man or young boy, hey, we're there to help. Give them some good information, help them out. There's groups like BACA, which their whole entire mission revolves around helping kids that are in trouble. So but along with that, what Heather said, that's why a lot of biker channels got started, to provide positive narratives for the MC community. Amen, sister. That is a fact. I know that's why I got involved with this, to make sure that correct information and the correct narrative was being put out in the world, so that it wasn't just all the negative and all of the lies and the BS that got put out there about us, because it's a lot of good stuff. In fact, I wanted to take a minute. Speaking of good stuff, let me share this with everybody real quick. I mentioned earlier, hold on, SNS Contracting said, very true, Tate. We do a lot that the public never hears about, but one little mess up and it's all over the news. And Lord knows that is nothing but the gospel. We see that repeatedly so much. But let me see if we can share a video with everybody. Okay, here you go. Let's take a look at this real quick. And
That's the same one.
the same what?
The same video.
Same video? Okay. Hold on, let's see. Well, let's see if we can fix it.
One of the first things I asked you when I started hanging out with you was, how come all clubhouses tend to be in rough neighborhoods? And your response to me was, the neighborhoods welcome y'all.
Yeah, and look, we're where we're needed and we're where we're wanted to be. But let's see. Are we up? Is it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gulf Coast News, yeah.
Warriors Ambition Charities, a local nonprofit, is giving out free toys in Fort Myers today. The nonprofit is giving out baby formula, clothing, women's shoes, Nerf guns, toys, bicycles, plus Christmas trees. They've given out at least 50 trees and about 600 toys so far, but they hope to give out more today. The owner, DeBro Tesero McClinton, says he just loves helping people.
Any chance we get to help somebody, we help them. But we know this is a time where money gets tight for families, and you know what I mean? So if we can help, we help. Sometimes we can help a little bit more.
It's always great to see these events around the holidays. For those of you who need to grab some extra gifts on Christmas Day, he says just to message him on Facebook. He also hopes to be out there again tomorrow on Christmas Day for you.
Yeah, I got a kick out of that, because she called Debo. She said Debo. That ain't Debo. That's Debo. Hey, here's speaking of. Hold on, let's take a look at this one. Here's a different one. I think here's a different one. Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's take a look. See. Here.
And Florida is one of the leading states for motorcycle fatalities year after year. And the group called the Black Warriors Motorcycle Club of Southwest Florida is looking to raise awareness and change those stats. Fox 4's Calvin Lewis has more on the local group that's cruising for a cause, hoping their event sheds some light on the growing issue of motorcycle fatalities. Take a listen.
Try to bring some awareness to the fallen riders that we lost in this area.
On the streets of Fort Myers, bikes from all over are rolling up for a special cause.
Bring awareness to what people should look for when they see people on motorcycles, to kind of slow up some of the deaths in this area, man, and show people that there's no need for the speed and the recklessness just because you're on a motorcycle. There's a lot of ways to have fun with it without putting your life in jeopardy.
Hosting the event is the Black Warriors Motorcycle Club of Southwest Florida. The group have hosted events in the past, but none as big as this.
Pretty much everybody that gets on a motorcycle is considered our family. No matter the race, no matter the age, nationality, sex, it doesn't matter. Like, once you get on a motorcycle, we look at you as family. So we're trying to protect our own and help them protect themselves.
According to Ride Smart Florida, there have been an average of 550 motorcycle fatalities from 2016 to 2021, and a lot of those crashes are due to distracted drivers.
That's what's mostly hurting us the most, you know what I mean? So just trying to bring more awareness to that too.
They've even moved their efforts off the streets, starting a charity, Warriors Ambition Charities, to help the community. And their hope is to get the message out.
Just bringing everybody together, kind of show that we all need to stick together to kind of make this change happen and try to slow up the deaths, man. It only can happen if we all work together.
In Fort Myers, Calvin Lewis, Fox 4.
Dang, I ain't know nothing about that. I wish I would have, because we'll get together off air. I want to get together with Debo, see if we can't work on that hands-free bill, see if we can't get some of his input on that, because that's one of the things A-Bait's been pushing, is to try to get better about the distracted drivers, because we're tired of burying our brothers and sisters. You know that as well as I do, and anybody that throws their leg over a saddle.
Yeah, man. But I'll tell you what, with those guys, I think that A-Bait does a great job in regard to helping not just bikers, but everybody on the road, because a lot of things that affect bikers affect everyone else. So that's a big part of their mission. But the cool thing about that particular group, I'm very proud to say that that's a support club, the Outcast MC, and they make us proud. They make their whole community proud, but they do more than just motorcycle safety and awareness, which of course A-Bait is huge on, but they're about feeding the homeless and taking care of veterans. And if you name it, if it's a worthy cause, man, they are willing to pick up the mantle, and they are willing to fight that fight. They're making a huge difference in their community. So I love what they do. Sort of like, and we're blessed because like in this area, in most of the state, we have Fran Hash as a sponsor, which I can't tell you of another single entity or single person that does more for the community on a bike or not. She's a part of feeding Tampa Bay and Feast, the Palm Harbor Feast. And I could go down a long list of things that she does. And she's a sponsor of this show, of course. But those folks over there, Fran and the whole team, excellent folks. Can't say enough about them because they literally change lives. But, oh, by the way, if you didn't do it already, hit the like button, hit the share button, do that, show us some love. But no, I think that that even though this isn't a long show tonight, we just wanted to really help folks understand that there's help out, because there's so much stuff that people need help with that it would take us a month to cover all of the need that's out there. The neat thing is that the motorcycle clubs, and not just, there's clubs, there's MCs, there's RCs, there's SCs, which of course Baby Doll was trying to join us. She was having some technical difficulties, I guess. But the SCs, I wanted to hear more about some of the stuff that they're doing up there in Georgia. But there's a lot of help for anybody that needs it. There's a lady by the name of Cher and her husband Brian. They're bikers in our community, and they're really going through it right now. In fact, she was supposed to be on the show tonight, but couldn't because she's attending something with her husband, who's been in the hospital for over a month. And the community is rallying around them. In fact, they have, let me see if I can find that real quick. They have an event that's coming up. It's a charity event to raise money because they need some help right now. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Like, it is, okay, here we go. So it's going to be on July 27th at Quaker Steak and Lube on 49th Street in Clearwater. It's July the 27th. It starts at 3 p.m. They're going to have some really kick-ass bands like Drop Shot, Spoonman, Retribution, Wicked Serenity, and Signs of Sacrifice are all going to be there doing like at least a 1 hour set from some of the best bands in Florida. So if you like music and you don't mind having a good beer and some fantastic food, come on out, show some support. I know that family will appreciate it greatly. But yeah, so bikers, we do good stuff. In fact, I'm really I'm usually proud to say that I'm a part of this community, even when the person I'm speaking to doesn't know what that means. It makes me feel good because I know we're there for our neighbors. In fact, for those folks watching, if you know of somebody that wants to get the word out on something that they're doing to help folks, and they want to make sure that people know about it, hit us up here at the Big Boneyard, man. We'll get the word out for you. We'll definitely let you know about it.
Definitely.
If you see Tate or you know how to get a hold of him online, hey, let him know or let me
Hey,
know.
we got a ribbon for that now.
We got a ribbon.
Yeah,
I like ribbons are great.
a little pop up.
In fact, Jazz was saying we need entities like this in Arizona, and I know in some parts of Arizona there's some folks out there doing some stuff. And hey, if you're in Arizona, make sure that people know what you can do to help. And sometimes we don't know what we can do to help until we know what we need to do to help.
Reach out to the show.
Hey, Deuce just said, obviously not the same type of organization, but it reminds me of the Black Panthers. People think of the militancy, but forgot hot breakfast for kids, sickle cell testing, and other social goods. Yeah, I mean, we have what's the morning breakfast? I forgot what they call it. Head Start. Head Start is a concept that Huey Newton and the Black Panthers started in California years ago before there was a name for it, and feeding the kids and just so many different things, getting people tested for sickle cell, like he just mentioned, and so many other things was started by a group that got this label of militancy. And but in real life, there's a lot of folks who are there to help. We believe in helping our community. So, having said that, Tate, what if anything you got to say about that, brother?
Well, so we do a lot to help our community. We do a lot to help our people. That being said, I got to do something really embarrassing.
What's that?
We got to do a very loud, big boneyard. Because remember, we warned you when you entered into this, you enter at your own risk. It is SNS's birthday.
SNS. Oh, what? Are you sure? Is it SNS
Yep.
or is it
SNS Contracting? It is his birthday.
SNS? Happy birthday to you, and we wish you many, many more. So, happy birthday to you. Do we have a happy birthday button? Hold on, here you go. Hold on.
No. I think this is the first one we did.
We got. Hold on, wait. Here you go. Happy birthday, SNS Contracting. Happy birthday to you. We're coming back right to the Big Boneyard.
All right, so good news, bad news, good news. We'll be back in a week. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Remember, next Friday is 4th of July. Thank a veteran for this beautiful free country we have. Speaking of veterans, shout out to Big Bone 1%er, Marine Corps veteran.
Yes,
once a Marine, always a Marine. Hoorah, my brother.
Hoorah. Don't get me started.
That being said,
no, he said it's Carney's birthday. I was right. It's Carney's birthday.
Oh, it's Carney's birthday.
Yeah. So
happy birthday, Carney. My bad.
So I said it was Carney. Carney. Happy birthday. Carney, happy birthday.
Leave it to me to screw something up.
I don't know. Because you know why? Because you're like, you do this all the time. You're reading the thing. So
I'm only picking up on parts of it. That's my bad. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it.
Hey, but I tell you what, though. Hey, SNS Semper Fi, brother. Semper Fi. And Heather's clowning you, bro. Heather's clowning you.
I know. I'm going to get a message as soon as the show goes off air. I already know.
I know. Hey, Carney's ride. That's what's up. But I tell y'all what. We definitely, we've been at it for about 35 minutes. And I got to tell you, we appreciate y'all riding on through. And just think about what I was saying. If you can be of a benefit to somebody out there and you're a biker, let them know, hey, this is what we do, in case they didn't know. But hey, flip side of the coin, if you need something, because guess what? Everybody needs somebody nowadays, because it is not easy to go from point A to point B on these highways. Sometimes it's kind of dangerous, right? And if you're going through whatever you're going through, no matter why you're going through it, if you need somebody, reach out. You got brothers and sisters. This is a two-wheel family, right? And if you need something, say something. We got you. There's somebody out there who's got your back. And us biker folks, we're kind of known for doing that kind of stuff. But
Hey, I got a Biker Boys throwback for you. Big
oh, yeah,
Smoke.
go ahead. Hit us with it.
2 wheels, 1 soul.
Yeah, that part. Hey, but I tell y'all what, man, thank y'all so much. Anna Lee says, I'm just going to sleep though. All this sounds great for me. Yeah, Anna Lee, anytime. Look, when you get a little downtime, go back there. You can view, or if you're on YouTube, you can go back and look at all of the Big Boneyard episodes from the past few years. You can go back to the very first one. Some excellent shows on there, and we've got some really, really great stuff coming up for you in the not too distant future. So y'all keep riding with us. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But in the meantime,
we've had a few hiccups throughout the year where we played reruns and stuff, but don't get it twisted. Just because we're not here live, we are always working on the Big Boneyard behind the scenes. There's good things coming in the future. There's additions coming. Y'all are going to like the direction we're going with this.
Right on. In the meantime, listen, y'all have a fantastic night, and thank y'all so much for riding through and joining us here on the Big Boneyard. And hopefully we're going to see y'all again in about 7 whole days. Hey, peace out, everybody.
Welcome to the Big Boneyard. Enter at your own risk.
To pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.